Yes, guys, welcome back. We have just had 319 happen just this weekend. Eventful card, eventful card. Bit up and down, but eventful card, and we're here to talk about it. So let's get right into it. We're gonna go straight for the main fight. DDP Khamzat. What do you guys think about that fight? How did that leave you feeling?
I told you Khamzat by decision's not ridiculous.
I was
His
shocked.
cardio, I mean, his cardio didn't really need to get tested because he just had crucifix the whole time. Like, you're not going to get tired.
He set the record on the strikes.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, it was utter domination. DDP had nothing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, John? What were you shocked, or does it kind of make sense?
Yeah, well, I knew it was going to be close, but I didn't think. I thought DDP had more fight in him. I guess I don't know. It's an interesting fight because I think, there's mixed opinions on it. Like a lot of people said, it wasn't exciting, it was boring, and then there's the other side that's saying if you're saying it's boring, you're a casual and you don't get it. I don't know. I can see both. I think, and I think people that are calling it boring are blaming Hamzat for some reason, when in reality, like I think DDP should have expected exactly that and should have. I thought he would have had much better takedown defense and at least, every round just started and within the first 20 seconds he got taken down and it was on from there, and it wasn't. You'd think by round 4 or 5 he'd be playing his cards a bit different, but I don't know. DDP is obviously amazing as well and comes at just a different level. He's like superhuman, but I think I don't know. I expected him to change things up, and he's like so well known for being all over the place and just being like just pure MMA, just like mixing everything up. But he didn't really. I don't know. But yeah, Hamza did very well. Yeah.
Yeah, look, it was tough because I get the case of like people complaining of if the fight was boring or not. My issue was like, sure, there was the issue of takedown defense, but look, like it is hard to defend those takedowns. But regardless, it looked to me like DDP wasn't practicing being in those positions, because I'm sure they like the crucifix. You're kind of fucked. Like, fair enough, but when he was put in the positions, that was that for that round. He got out maybe once or twice, or when the ref stood him up. So it was like Khamzat did his game plan. None of us were surprised about. So yeah, but so who I was watching it with, he was like, "Oh, surely we get the straight rematch," but I'm not interested in that.
Nah,
Not at all.
I do not want to see a rematch.
DDP didn't show
No way.
anything, man.
Nah. Yeah, and I didn't like that Mark Goddard kept standing him up. Like, it is Dricus' job to stand up himself. If he can't get out of the position, I understand, of course, that if
For the
Khamzat's
crowd.
not advancing his position, the rules say that you stand him up. But, I mean, there are times where he's in a very dominant position up against the cage, which is exactly where he wants to be. If Dricus is not giving him anything, I don't get why that needs to be stood up, other than just Mark Goddard wanting to give Dricus that shot. Because imagine if Dricus then went and knocked him out after just being stood up and dominated for 23 minutes. That, I don't think that would look very good at all.
It would look, nah, there would be such an asterisk and there'll be such outrage, and I'm really glad. Oh, I'm glad that didn't happen. I mean, look, I picked Khamzat to win, so I kind of wanted him to win, but then I was rooting for DDP the whole fight because I just wanted to see something. And, I would go into each round being like, okay, surely, he'll defend this next round, or just waiting for something to happen. But every round, 8 seconds in, takedown. And yeah, look, not much to say, but I do believe now that no one is going to touch Khamzat for the foreseeable future. I think what the contenders now are Davrida, Imamov, or Baralo. Those are kind of the bigger contenders, but I don't see any of those guys. Shout out Hernandez as well, but like I don't see any of those guys touching him.
No, I agree. Like, I don't think Imamov has got anything for him. Bahalio's a good grappler, but again, Khamzat is just different. I thought maybe after Fluffy's last performance. I was really high on the train after saying that I didn't think he was all that. He got me really hyped up. But after watching that, I don't know if he's, he's not going to be doing anything, I don't think, of remarkable. Because if you're not a dominant wrestler and you're not fighting for top position and you're content to try and stay on bottom or try and out-grapple and get your submissions, I don't know if that's really going to be that effective unless you are as elite as Khamzat is on the ground.
Well, here's a little thought experiment. Just thinking about like what it would take to take Khamzat down. Just imagine the UFC fighters we have across all divisions. If we take divisions aside, what type of fighter would we need to see to take him down? What type of fighter from maybe another division would be a good recipe for a fight with him? What do you guys think?
I think someone with like knockout power, you just got to get him in those I think the stand up in the first 20, 30 seconds. You got to do something there. It sounds silly to say, but he needs a Masvidal knee to the head to really. There's not I don't know what else you can do.
Someone like Taporia maybe.
I think it's going to be someone with elite scrambles. One of the Sambo guys like Islam or Arman, someone that, is so aware of what Khamzat is trying to do that they can kind of use the positions against him. Similar to how when Arman fought Islam, kind of how that looked. But again, Khamzat does look as dominant as someone like Khabib did, just purely in the wrestling department. Islam uses his judo a lot more and things like that, but purely just wrestling, Khamzat looks just so dominant. It's hard for anyone, I think, to stop that takedown, especially when he's now showing that when he's on top of you, he can fight he looks like he can fight for 5 more rounds.
Totally. Well, I don't see any of those guys coming up in that division at all, to be honest. So we'll see, but I think it's going to be a bit of a reign of terror for the foreseeable future. The next thing we'll see is in a few weeks' time when we see Imamov and Baralo, we'll see. But yeah. Anyway,
we'll
moving on to potentially the fight I was most hyped for, the result for. The fight before this, Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. Now, why was I so hyped for this fight, you might think? Because going into it wasn't maybe the most hyped fight, but our fellow host right here, Angus, he placed a bet. In case anyone doesn't remember, here it is.
Pico's had some bad KO losses. Lerone Murphy's not going to be someone who'd knock him out, I don't think. If he does, I will eat my hat. But I
put that in writing.
I hereby solemnly swear I will eat as far as humanly possible a hat on the next podcast if Lerone Murphy knocks out Aaron Pico.
And no one would have predicted this, but this is what happened in the fight. So Angus is going to be eating a hat in the foreseeable future.
Yummy.
What are you feeling?
Well, clearly I've made a terrible mistake. I think we can all kind of agree on that.
You said it with chest, man.
Yeah.
I did. It's
almost like he heard you.
I think he might have. And it's such a shame because in the post-fight press conference, Lerone goes, those were things that I was looking out for. I thought because he's so aggressive, when I'm up against the cage, something like a knee or a spinning elbow was going to be there. And I heard that and I thought, you know what? That makes so much sense.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Though. You look at Murphy's record. It's
he's a decision machine.
It came out of nowhere.
I don't know why Pico's just sort of fading slightly into range, dipping his head with his hands by his hips. I get that his style is aggressive and putting the pressure on you, but I had hoped that maybe he would have tidied those things up from Bellator, but it is the exact same Aaron Pico that we've seen throughout Bellator for his whole career.
And who knows what we're going to do with him next. It feels like another fight we will get to later, Kaya Sakura. It's the same thing. Super hyped up from a different promotion, And what is there to do with him now? I guess give him another fight down the road. But for now, that's that. But you know what? Lerone Murphy, he felt like he had his coming out party here because he's been on a real win streak and has been this, I think he's undefeated contender, but like the most underhyped guy because he's just a decision machine, not that interesting fights. He hasn't beat anyone all that impressive. But this feels like a coming out party because I feel like this is putting him on the map. Really impressive knockout. And I feel like he might have some hype behind him. I think they're already talking about him and Volk. So shout out him.
I lost $10 too because I put money on him to win by decision. And he couldn't even give me that.
I did as well, yeah.
I changed my pick to Lerone Murphy.
Damn.
Like the day before. I thought, you know what? I don't think Pico's all that good. And he still couldn't help me out.
What do you reckon's next for Murphy? Do you think Volk is a fair shout?
Looks like Volk wants it, so why not? Run it.
Because obviously the other pick would be the winner of Silva versus Lopez. If Silva won, or if Evloev is ready to fight. But Volk's ready to fight. So
yeah,
let's run it. I'm really happy with that. Do you have any thoughts on that one, John, before we move on? Or
yeah. Well, it just seems like Volk's keen to fight, and I know everyone's. I don't know, maybe biased Australians here. I don't know, but everyone. It seems like the more time passes, more people are pulling that Evloev card, saying like the whole John Jones Aspinall thing, where it's like, oh, this is the guy that the champ doesn't want to fight, But from what we've seen, looks like Movzar, just doesn't. He's injured or something, or he doesn't want to. I think Volk's willing to do that fight, but he just wants to stay active, and he's taking whatever's next. And I think Murphy's got a bit of hype now, so Volk's keen to cash in on that. So I think it's a good fight. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Obviously, I feel like Evloev is the number one contender. That is the fight that probably should happen. But what was the reason he pulled out? Did we figure that out?
Undisclosed injury, I think. Ribs sounds like it's right, but I don't know. We didn't really hear that much about it. It was kind of just, we heard a few days before it was going to be done. And
so it's hard to place that fight. We just don't know what's happening there. But that is a fight everyone wants to see. But we'll just see. But if Leron's ready to go, let's run that.
Yeah, run it.
The fight before that, another. Now you would never have seen this coming because a spinning back elbow is not a common. That's not a common knockout that happens every day. We had two of them in a row. Because the fight before this, we have Jeff Neal and Prates. And Prates hits him with a mean backhand or back elbow, it was. And clean knockout. Looks good. Looked really, really good. What did you think of that one, Angus?
Yeah, Prates, he really did look amazing. And Jeff Neal said someone's going to get knocked out in the first round. And 1 second to go.
Yeah.
And Prates said, well, someone's got to do it. But no, he really did look amazing. All his shots that he was landing were strong. Those knees up the middle were really powerful. He kind of did, I think, what people expected him to do, but he looked even better than anyone really expected him to look in that fight. And the Leon Edwards call out I thought was really good. I don't know if Leon Edwards is going to want that fight. I think he might kind of let that one slide, which would mean that it's probably MVP next. For some reason, MVP's decided to move back down to welterweight. But look, either of those two fights I'd be keen to see. Well, he said backstage, I'll fight Prates at 170 in Brazil. So, I mean...
That's right. They pretty
we'll
much
get to him next. But,
they pretty much signed that deal. We'll get to him next. But that's a fun fight. Two lanky strikers. That's a very fun fight.
I'd rather see the Leon Edwards one, I think.
100%. And to be honest, I would rather see MVP Izzy. I think that would be a fun fight.
I think that would be a good one.
I think that would be a better matchup through all that. But
unless they're both just feigning at range the whole time.
Very possible.
Dancing around.
But yeah, speaking of MVP, Cannonier. it wasn't the most impressive win, to be honest. It was a pretty clear win that MVP got, I think, but it wasn't the most impressive decision win. But it's a win regardless. I don't know. I feel like with MVP, there is the stigma of I don't know if stigma is the right word, but that he's a really entertaining, flashy fighter. And he does have his moments, and he's almost like a clip farmer at times, I feel, because he has flashy moments. But for the rest of the fights, he's not doing all that much, to be honest. And I really felt that this fight. So it wasn't the most exciting fight. What did you guys think about it?
John?
Yeah, it's cool. He's an interesting, very interesting guy, and yeah, I think clip farming's the right word. It reminded me of the last couple of rounds with Umar and Merab, where it's like it came to a decision, and it could have kind of been. It wasn't as dominant as you would have thought, seeing how Merab and MVP were like taunting and like seemingly playing with him. When it's like, well, you can do that, but it's kind of like, it wasn't a complete domination.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was watching this one, I wrote down, stop emoting and start fighting.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be a good idea. When he showed, like, he probably had 3 actual exchanges, and he dropped Cannonier in, like, 2 of them. It's like, well, why don't you just put it on him?
Yeah.
And, you know, do a bit more. Like, he wasn't that active, but when he was landing really clean. And Cannonier clearly had no option for him. So I don't get why, at the end of the day, he's landed 29 significant strikes in a fight where he could have just gone out and dominated him. Because Cannonier looked terrible. He had no ground and pound at all, for some reason. Up against in the clinch, he had no elbows, nothing exciting. He looked like he was content to just coast when he realised that he wasn't fast enough. And MVP was like, all right, I'll coast with you then. But why?
Yeah. I think MVP has a lot of potential, because I think, as we've seen the clips, like he can have really entertaining moments, but he's just, stop emoting, bro. Fight, bro. Because I feel like he's pretty talented. So I really back in the Izzy fight. I think that'll be fun, as long as they're not both just fainting. But
could be another Izzy Romero situation.
Yeah.
Where we're like, dude, there's going to be a barn burner. And they're just like watching each other for 25 minutes.
It could be so bad. But otherwise...
But that's the flip of the coin, you know?
Yeah, if he does fight Parates, also fun. I'd probably take Parates in that fight.
I'd probably go MVP. He's just too hard to hit. Because he's just emoting and dancing around. Like, he's really quick.
Okay, but what if it goes decision?
MVP does, I think, what he has been doing.
Yeah.
Well, he does just enough to win.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But
hopefully never.
Before we get to the prelims, the last fight of the main card, we had Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura. Now, this was fun when that submission happened. Did not see this coming. Isn't what I wanted to happen, because I wanted to see Kai Asakura come to the UFC and do his thing. But at this point, like, I feel like he should just go back to Ryzen, because...
He asked to, I think.
Oh, did he?
I don't know if it's fake news, but I saw today he apparently asked Hunter Campbell if he can go back to Ryzen.
Well, he should.
Oh, boy.
Could be fake news.
To be honest, he should, right? Because he was a huge star there, probably getting paid loads. And now the UFC, he'll have to fight some unranked... someone unranked at the... what do you call it? The
Apex.
At the Apex, right? Like...
Yeah.
Nah, he should go back to Ryzen, to be honest.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
What did you guys think of 40-year-old Tim Elliott?
Yeah, crazy. Oh man, what is it? I'm just trying to think what Kai Asakura even does now. I guess does he just say I'm out? Does he PFL? I don't know.
They'll give him $1 billion.
Oh man. Do you guys see there's the whole thing now with, like, because obviously Pantoja gets compared to Mighty Mouse a lot, and everyone's saying how Tim Elliott was one of Mighty Mouse's title defenses back in the day, and with Kai Asakura being one of Pantoja's like big title defenses, people are using that to compare. Like, oh look, the 40-year-old version of one of DJ's most dominant title defenses just beat the one of Pantoja's best in their prime supposedly. So it's like there's some weird MMA maths there where people are using that to say that.
That Pantoja's
I guess just show that. Yeah. Just to show that Mighty Mouse was like his levels ahead. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's an interesting comparison.
I didn't even think about that, but that is
yeah.
weird.
And Steve Erceg win didn't age that well for Pantoja either.
Yeah.
For the Tim Elliott fight, before the fight even happened, I was hoping that someone from the UFC could do like a wellness check just to make sure that Tim Elliott hasn't been sleeping rough for 2 years because he looked quite homeless. So just to make sure that, because he hasn't fought in quite a long time.
He's had 2 years off, I think. Yeah, just to kind of make sure that he's, he's all right and he's not out there with a sleeping bag. Maybe get him a barber. Oh, to be fair, he was cleaned up on fight day, so clearly they found him somewhere and brought him back to the cage.
He fought like he was hungry.
And he got the win.
Yeah, he looked more awkward than Asakura, which is, kind of difficult. Like, they both have that flashy style where you don't really know what they're going to do. And Tim lost the first round, but then he kind of Asakura didn't really throw that many impressive shots in the second, and then eventually, got caught by the guillotine because that guy has no grappling at all. Someone get him a BJJ membership to the nearest gym and tell him just like live here for 6 months and just train, because his ground game is abysmal.
Or just go back to Ryzen and keep doing what you were doing.
True, he'd be making a lot of money. Like, why not? And you get to fight in a ring, which I think is cooler.
Yeah,
for the ring of the octagon.
Because like coming to the UFC and losing to Pantoja, whatever,
fine,
whatever, that's fine. No one's gonna get
enough.
mad at that. Tim Elliott, he's
if you're meant to be like the next big thing, you can't be in your prime losing to Tim Elliott.
It's not good.
It's not a
Very
good
rough.
Anyway, should we talk about the prelims? So I was out and about and I couldn't see most of these fights except this last fight of the prelims, which I was very excited for because of the Contender series. Angus, can you walk us through a bit more about the narrative for this fight?
Yeah, for sure. So Sisakaev fought on Wednesday, I believe the Contender series episode was for us Aussies, and then 4 days later, during the Contender series, he said to Dana, I'm happy to fight in 4 days. And I think everyone kind of thought, yeah, whatever. And then all of a sudden, he's matched up on 319 fighting in 4 days' time. And it was a really interesting fight. He was, I think, a minus 1,000 favourite, which is absurd. And Eric Nolan was pacing him up in the first round before he locked in. His striking, obviously his body kicks look really good, as they did in the Contender series, but he was eating a lot of shots. I think part of it was definitely not an ego thing, but sort of, I don't think he can knock me out. I'm happy to take these shots, because in the second round he looked a lot better. But I thought his wrestling looked really good. Like, he looked very dominant on the ground. Obviously Eric Nolan is a 170 pounder and this is at 185, so there's going to be that size difference slightly. But I think his grappling looked really impressive, which was really good to see. He's 10-0 now. Who knows when he's going to fight next, but I assume it's probably going to be sooner rather than later. So I think it's good to have another prospect from that region in the UFC, because they're always really elite fighters.
And you know what? I guess he trains with Khamzat. I was just thinking.
I think he used to, yeah.
Because I was just thinking, like we were just talking about earlier, like there's no contenders there looking. But anyway, it's just cool to have contenders in there. Is he young? How old is he? Do you know?
24. So yeah, he's young.
Cool. Yeah, look, happy to have a new contender. I think it's the quickest fight turnaround in modern history. I think the last quickest was Khamzat when he had like 7 days or whatever.
Although I don't know if Contender Series counts towards that. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if it's technically a UFC. It's not a UFC win. I don't believe.
Maybe it's not like
it is still
a UFC record, but like a fight turnaround.
Very quick turnaround. Yeah.
In modern.
Although to be fair, guys in kickboxing and Muay Thai fight multiple times a day sometimes.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's different, but you know.
In the UFC realm.
Yeah.
Either way, very cool. Very happy with that. Did you guys have any other fights that on the prelims that you wanted to touch on that stood out to you?
John?
Well, the only thing was Chase Hooper's loss. Yeah, interesting. He was coming up, man, as the new young guy. Watch out, you know. I'm not saying his career's over or he's washed, but like I think I know I expected maybe more of a Sugar Sean direction where like if he loses it's going to be at that higher level. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see where he goes from here. I don't even know. Just keep fighting on ranks, stack up wins. I mean, yeah, interesting anyway.
Yeah, we got to pull one out for Chase Hooper for sure.
Yeah.
He does look quite awkward at lightweight. He doesn't look like a big lightweight, but when he fights at 45, he looks malnourished. So I think he's got to kind of decide whether he wants to get bigger at lightweight or kind of try and go back down.
Well, which division would you rather be in? Probably featherweight.
Yeah,
it depends on how you feel, I guess.
Yeah, it depends how you feel. But like, I'm just thinking about the fighters and contenders in lightweight versus featherweight.
There's going to be killers everywhere, though.
There's killers everywhere, but look,
I mean, Hernandez can, when he shows up, you know, he's a legit guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's had a lot of, you know, bad performances, a lot of good performances. It evens out, but he's still, you know, not a guy that clearly that you can overlook. You know, he was tagging him pretty hard until he landed that last shot.
Yeah, I saw the knockout for that one. It was pretty brutal. But yeah, did you have any other fights in the prelims, Angus? Or was that the main ones?
I think Gerald Meerschaert needs to retire. I think Dana said that he thought that he didn't look that bad. I thought he looked terrible. Olajaychuk, he's training with the Fighting Nerds now, which is interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, he's. I don't think you can really claim to be a fighting nerd if you transition there after they've already kind of become an established little team.
Yeah.
But he did enough to win. But I think Meerschaert looked terrible. Like, he looked really slow. He looked like he's never striked before. And go do some other stuff. Do like UFC's promoting UFC BJJ a lot. Go and do that. That's his thing. I think he's had a good run. Almost 60 professional MMA fights. That is a very good run.
60, yeah. No, that is a very, very good run.
Can't be mad at that.
Awesome. Well, overall, as a card, it had its ups and downs. Probably, if anything, probably not quite as spectacular as was hoped for, mainly because of the main fight was just entertainment-wise not there. Otherwise, the other fights, especially in the main card, I was pretty happy with. But yeah, decent card overall. But with that being said, this coming weekend we have a fight night coming up. Angus, can you walk us through the main fights for that fight night?
For sure. So we got Johnny Walker versus Minyan Zhang. Now, Johnny Walker, fan favourite of many people. He's either going to brutally knock someone out or get brutally knocked out. You look at the Ankalaev fight, he was an inch away from that knee that maybe could have changed the trajectory of the division, but no, he got flatlined. And Minyan Zhang is a guy that a lot of people are really excited about. I think he looks good, for sure. I don't know if he quite looks elite yet. I don't know if his grappling is all that good. I mean, the Anthony Smith fight, he didn't even try and attempt any position when Anthony was curled up on the floor, he was content to just strike with him, which is fine, just so long as, you know, at some point he's able to round out that grappling game. But I think he's definitely going to beat Johnny Walker here. I think it's going to look very similar to the Volkan Oezdemir fight, where Johnny's on the outside, you know, he's landing his kicks, he's snappy, he's looking good, and then Zhang comes just crashing in, maybe with an elbow or something like that, and just starches him. You know, Johnny Walker, he never really panned out the way that a lot of people thought he would be. Everyone thought he was going to be the John Jones killer. And Corey Anderson starched him and went off to Bellator. So, yeah, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on Johnny Walker?
For me, whenever I think of Johnny Walker, he's just funny, man, to me. Like, it lives rent-free in my head, the clip of him, like, a post-fight, after he wins, he goes to do the worm and injures himself. Like, that's the shit I think about. Like, he's goofy, man. He's big and he's goofy, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Just that this is, like, the main fight. That's rough. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Johnny Walker main event in the Big 25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not that familiar with Zhang, I'll be honest, but I don't think Johnny Walker's all that good, so I'll go with Zhang.
Yeah. I'm expecting. I think this is the main fight purely just because the way Walker's going to get knocked out is going to be hilarious and entertaining, and I think it's less about him and more how he's going to get knocked out. I mean, no offense to him, he's, you know, very good and all that. Yeah. But at one point he was really good, and I think now, yeah, who can knock out Johnny Walker the funniest way, I think, is the challenge.
He always manages to just end up in the strangest scenario, doesn't he, in the cage? Like the Jamal Hill one. It's like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Or when he's sitting down between rounds and he looks at the camera and does a stupid face and his coach smacks him in the head. He's really, you know.
I love that though.
He's a character. And then after that, we've got Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. This one's a 5-rounder as well, which it's not as common to have 2 5-rounders on a fight night. I don't know if this one needed to be a 5-rounder. Because it's not really a number 1 contenders fight.
Nope.
And, I mean, Ortega's only had the 1 win in the last few years against Yair Rodriguez, who I also think is extremely overrated. I mean, and before that, his last win was Korean Zombie in 2020. He looks, frankly, out of shape. He doesn't look all that good. And Aljamain Sterling just lost to Evloev, who is probably the number 1 contender. Aljo's certainly still an elite fighter, but I don't think he looked all that good in the Kevin Cater win. He kind of did barely enough. Well, not barely enough. He did enough to win, but he didn't make it impressive or convincing in any way. He kind of was content to hold him against the cage and just lay on top of him. And Calvin Cater didn't really do anything to stop that. I think Aljo is probably going to win. He's the more well-rounded grappler, I'd say. I think he's going to be more effective at getting the takedowns. And obviously Ortega, T-City, is going to throw out those triangles. But I don't think this is Ortega of, you know, like 2017 anymore.
No.
He's getting past it, I'd say.
Yeah.
He should start doing movies or something. I'm surprised he hasn't done movies yet.
It's about that time. No, I totally agree. I think, Ortega's just looked less and less impressive as time has gone on. And, you know, like, just lost to Lopez. Whereas if you compare Aljo's position, in recent history, he's only lost to, like, he lost to O'Malley, sure, and then he lost to Evloev. Like, both of those are pretty respectable names. So, fair enough. Do I think he'll get back into the title picture? Probably not, but, like, I'll definitely pick him over Ortega. So, yeah, That's my thoughts there. Did you have any thoughts on this one, John?
Yeah, I'm picking Aljo for sure. I think it is actually a good matchup, and it's interesting for me. 'Cause I think they're two guys in a similar spot, both fighting overrated accusations, I think. And I think it's a good spot. Yeah, I think Aljo is going to show that he's significantly better in this, if I had to predict. And yeah, I don't know. It's interesting for me. Yeah, seeing Aljo start in his featherweight run. I mean, he's already fought Evloev, obviously, but I don't know. Aljo still interests me. Ortega, not really. But yeah, it's going to be two interesting fights. You got Johnny Walker, who's known for all his antics, and one of my favorite other UFC clips is Ortega hyped before the fight, jumping up and down, and he rolls his ankle.
Yeah,
which is
that was brutal.
Absolute gold.
Hops it around. Yeah.
I think that was the Yair fight that he still won, didn't he? Was that
Was that the one that he won?
I feel like that was the second Yair fight when he won by submission after rolling his ankle.
Let me have a look.
That's so brutal, though. Can you imagine? You've done a full camp and you show up and you roll your ankle, like emoting.
Sounds like something that could happen to MVP. Just putting it out there.
Or Johnny Walker, honestly.
Johnny Walker's happened to him. It'll probably happen again.
True.
It's
True.
the guy.
He's got to make sure he does it after the fight, not before.
Also already done that. Otherwise, other fights coming up on this fight night. Angus, do you have any ones to watch out for?
Yeah, so I'll quickly just go through Pavlovich and Cortez Acosta. I think Pavlovich is still a very scary fighter. He's second in the rankings. He's elite.
I think he's third.
Third? Okay, yeah. Cortez Acosta, obviously, I think he's only got the one loss in the UFC. 7-1, yeah. But I think Pavlovich is shorter, but he's got the far longer reach. And I think he's going to hit him a lot with that jab. And I certainly see Pavlovich getting the win here. You know, he lost to help me out, big Russian
Volkov.
Yeah. Yes, but Volkov's a very, very legit guy. You know, obviously he lost to Tom quite quickly, but everyone's lost to Tom quite quickly.
Yeah.
There's no shame in losing to Volkov at all. And Pavlovich was a guy that people thought could give Tom a lot of problems. He didn't in the end because Tom is Superman, but he's got incredible power and very, very scary heavyweight that I would certainly not want myself or any of my loved ones to fight. So yeah, I'm going with Pavlovich. And he really looks like a polar bear. He really does look like a polar bear.
Yeah. He looks
It's
kind of
because he's
sweet.
pale?
It's the I don't know, it's the face. Like he really does to me.
Yeah, now that you say that,
I've always just seen it.
I can really see that. I don't think I can unsee that either. Yeah. You know what? He's a polar bear in my eyes now.
Yeah.
He does
So you
look pretty
taking
sweet.
Pavlovich?
Pretty sweet guy.
Your boy. I think Sergey Spivak's nickname is the polar bear, but Pavlovich looks like a polar bear, so I don't know. But he looks like
always
one.
get those two confused.
Spivak is just the worst version.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look as much like a polar bear than Pavlovich does. Did you boys have any comments on that one?
I'm taking Pavlovich, plain and simple. I'm not. I'll be honest. I don't know Cortez Acosta all that much. What's his history? What's he known for?
I mean, honestly, not that much. He's kind of similar to like a Lerone Murphy, someone that's been stacking up the wins, but people haven't really been
okay.
Like, you know, the majority of people haven't been paying all that much attention. He beat Spivak. He beat Ryan Spann, who are sort of two guys that, again, can look really good some nights they don't. But yeah, he's kind of been flying under the radar. It's certainly a very good opportunity for him to fight Pavlovich, but I don't think. I think Pavlovich is probably just a step ahead.
And Pavlovich seems like a more interesting name to me, though he's already lost to Volkov and Aspinall. Other than that, I'd like to see him fight other guys like Garn and the other guys that are up there, rather than, well, I don't really know.
You don't like
Cortez
Waldo?
Acosta. I don't like who?
Waldo. His name's Waldo.
Oh, his name is Waldo. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
I do
we
like
found
him
him.
now.
Wow.
Maybe, hold on. Maybe I'll pick Waldo because that's his fucking
You've
name.
changed your mind. Nice.
Something-
Where's
This guy.
Waldo? Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll ride
Guys, we
with
found
Waldo,
Waldo.
just for the
Hell yeah.
people. I don't know his game, but I'm gonna learn his game from the Dominican Republic. Shout out him. He's gonna
Let's go.
do that thing, and then he'll come through and beat Aspinall. Yep.
True.
Did you have any thoughts on it, John?
Yeah, I hope it's interesting, and I hope it gives Tom some a chance to. I know I want heavyweight to be more interesting because I think I really do think Tom's biggest issue for like not getting to that GOAT level is he just doesn't have those competitors that are like interesting enough. Like it's not really his fault. So I don't know. I hope he has more interesting competitors, and I hope this results in either a good rematch with Pavlovich or an interesting fight with Costa. I don't know.
In the interest of time, we'll just go through one more, I reckon. Lonnie Kavanagh's fighting. If you don't know, find out. This guy
Okay.
is the truth. He is the truth. He really does look like he could be someone that is a future champion. And I say that, you know, obviously the undefeated record's nice, but when you watch him fight, he really is good everywhere. He's young, obviously he's 26. Flyweight, great to have another flyweight up-and-comer. His last fight against Felipe dos Santos, who's a guy that recently got cut, but I think certainly should not have been cut, because he's an absolute killer. Lonnie, he lost the first round, he got cut open heavy by some elbows, and then second and third round, switched up his game. He was like, all right, we're going to grapple now. And his ground and pound was just incredible. Like, it was real ground and pound, not like the, you know, I'm going to lay on top of you and just kind of tap you around. It was posturing up, throwing everything into his shots, and he came away with the decision win there. His striking as well, it looked incredible, but Dos Santos, I just think, is also an incredible striker. He's fighting Charles Johnson, who, as you may know, knocked out Joshua Van. So, Charles Johnson he's had quite a few losses, right, in the UFC, 6-5, but he's very big for flyweight. He's 5'9" as a flyweight. That is ridiculous. I mean, you watch his fight with Joshua Van, he really does look a full weight class bigger than him. And I think there's a reason that, you know, he's an underdog, obviously, but he's not a massive underdog against a guy like Lonnie, because he can be a problem for anyone. He's got long arms, long shots. Those could be an issue for Lonnie, but I definitely think that Lonnie's going to be able to use his leg kicks really well. He's going to be able to circle really well, and he's going to be able to take him down. Probably win by decision. I don't see him finishing him, but look, if he does, another thing to add to his highlight reel. So yeah, I'm backing Lonnie here for sure, and yeah, keep an eye out because this guy's legit.
Do you reckon he'll be like a next contender in the flyweight?
Yeah, I think if you look, depending on how he looks in this fight,
Yeah.
I think you could start to make an argument that maybe he's fought someone. Well, I mean, he's already fighting Charles Johnson, who's I think is ranked 15th.
I don't think he's ranked. from
He's
what
not
I can
ranked?
see.
Okay.
But he's probably around there, right?
Yeah, so then you'd think he'd definitely have to be fighting in sort of that 12 to 15 range, maybe 10 to 15, depending on how he looks, and a few more fights, you know, we could see him fighting one of the real contenders, which is great.
Awesome. I'm still blown away by. I'm just looking at how his name is spelled and wondering how he got Lonnie.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think that's just what they call him. I think, like,
gotcha.
His coaches call him Lonnie, and the commentary call him Lonnie, but some people call him Loner. I don't know. I'm not even going to try, dude.
You know what? I rock with it. Look, I'm always happy with new contenders. Any up and comers, happy to see it. So I will keep an eye out. I will watch that fight, and I hope you guys do too. With that being said, we're going to move on to tap out time. All right, next thing we're going to do, would you let this UFC fighter date your daughter? We don't have daughters, but if we had daughters, would you let them date your daughter? First one, Conor McGregor.
Oh, boy.
Sure.
It's gotta be,
He seems nice.
Yeah, sure.
that's got to be the
Why
easiest
not?
no.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah, it's
Like-
rough. Maybe if you asked me an hour after the Aldo fight, maybe. But I think apart from that, it's a no.
Well, like, you know, there's the recent, his recent leak, we could say. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's gonna be a no from me.
He's a mess. Yeah, he's a mess.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no.
Yeah.
Next one, Robert Whittaker.
Obviously.
Have
Have you seen the video of? Yeah, have you seen the video of him getting rid of the spider in his house?
No.
No.
He is.
Oh, he's a gentleman.
Yeah, such a gentleman. He was freaking out a bit. It was kind of funny, but obviously, yeah, of course he can date my daughter
Oh,
anytime, Rob.
Yeah.
is he dating your
Please.
daughter, John?
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah. Nah, look, he's a good guy, and look, he's just like a chill. I've seen him at home chilling. You know, he does the game and stuff. So yeah, I respect him for sure.
Next one, John Jones.
Yikes.
Guys, I have a strong case. I have a strong case here. It's going to be
Go
a
on.
firm no from me.
Okay.
You don't want her to date the coke-addicted guy that gets in hits and runs?
I don't want
Really?
her to date the guy that beats his wife.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
You
don't
could be
think
the
there's a-
GOAT of the UFC, but
Yeah,
Stay
I
away.
don't think there's a strong case to make in favor of him in any universe, really.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's a no.
Maybe if your daughter kind of looks like Dana White, maybe you might be alright. But I think apart from
Well,
that,
they didn't even used to get along. This has come out of nowhere from Dana. It's so weird.
yeah.
He used to be arguing with John all the time, and he wanted DC to win. And then he's just decided now that Francis has left, he's like, well, I need to promote John Jones. Weird.
I honestly
Absolute
thought it
weird.
was
He's too-
because McGregor went downhill so bad, and that was his face of the UFC. He was like, "Fuck, I need a new guy. I need a new LeBron James now."
So you're going to pick the cokehead that's been busted for steroids and
yeah.
allegedly beats his wife.
Are you telling me
Yeah.
you're going to let him date your daughter, John? Is this what I'm hearing?
Me.
Yeah.
Look, it's if he treats my daughter with as much respect as he treats Dana White, then yeah, I would.
Okay. Look,
Yeah.
each to their own. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Yeah.
Next one. Khamzat Chimaev. What do you guys reckon? It's a tricky one.
I'm going with yes.
He's respectful.
He's very soft-spoken. He's very soft-spoken, you know, which is funny because you don't think he is. But when you watch his press conferences,
Yeah.
he's very down-to-earth, chill guy, and he knows how to fight. So she'll be
should be
protected,
safe.
Clearly.
What about you know, more post fight Khamzat? Kill everybody. You know.
Let the boys have some fun.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what? A gentleman. Respectful.
Yeah.
Also, if he said no, what are you going to do about it? Like, he could do whatever he wants, kind of. Unfortunately,
Clearly.
Apparently.
If you're 185 pounds or below, does not matter what you think.
yeah.
Next one, another topical one. Dricus du Plessis.
I would.
What do you reckon?
I saw him scull that beer. I think I would. That's all it takes, really.
It's tough. I want to say yeah. Because he does seem like a gentleman. Like I feel like he's a good loser. He's mostly a good winner as well. He does talk some trash though. He talks like some good trash, and not always
That's
the
what I was
most
thinking.
respectful in that sense. He's made a few men cry.
Yeah. He might accidentally get into a problem in a bar or something by, running his mouth. Maybe I don't want my daughter to be in situations like that.
I would have
But
to.
I think generally, yeah.
I'd have to meet him first. He'd have to like come, talk to me, and prove himself. Prove he's a good boy.
I reckon he'd be a chill guy. I'd give him the stamp of approval.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Next one, Nate Diaz.
That's a yeah from me.
That's a yeah.
Yeah, look, I love the guy, man. You're not going to hear me say anything bad about Nate Diaz personally. So, fuck it. Yeah, look, he seems like he loses fights, but he seems kind of invincible still, somehow.
Fair. So I guess no one's gonna mess with him. I think it's gonna be a no from me. I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but like he's always with his full gang. Just too chaotic, I think. What are you saying,
I
Angus?
feel like he'd always be trying to argue with me.
Oh, he
Like
would-
I'd say something.
Look at his
and he would
mug.
just-
Look at his
like,
mug
he'd
right
just
now.
keep chirping at me. I think I'd just get sick of it at some point.
What's up?
I'd be like, all right, Nate. Okay, Nathan. Whatever. Oh, great.
It's
Nate's
your
coming.
fucking
You know what?
problem. What's up?
He can have your daughter, John, because have your mans, but it's a no from me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Next one, Demetrius Johnson, DJ, Mighty Mouse. It's
Of
a
course.
clean yes from me. He's a family
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
He's so respectful.
He's so respectful. He's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. He's a nice guy. Straight yes. I don't think
Yeah.
like he would be so respectful meeting you as well. Yeah. John, do you have anything crazy to say about this, or is this unanimous?
It's a yes. Yeah, it's a yes. You wouldn't want to have any gay relatives around him.
What?
But I think apart
Have
from
you not
that,
seen that?
No? What?
Because I think he's got it's either his brother,
Gay brother.
or something is like homosexual, and he's saying in an interview like, yeah,
I have my sister, she was a lesbian. I have a brother, he likes men. And, it's a hard subject because, I keep it real. I tell my brother all the time, I was like, dog, don't be come over here with that gay. I tell my kids that too. Oh my God. What?
Oh, really?
yeah, I did. I'll
Oh.
show you that clip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it's- good point. Next one, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Stephen Thompson. Guys,
The
this
Karate Kid.
he's like the
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like he'd have a stable job too. Like outside of fighting. He'd be like an accountant. And he'd do it really well. And he'd provide a really stable home. And he'd be good in arguments. Like he'd be like level-headed and chill.
It's a simple yes. Just he's a nice guy. What can I say? John?
And he can teach the kids karate.
Yeah.
Every kid wants to learn karate.
You rocking
Yeah,
with it?
I think he would annoy me because he's so nice, such a nice guy, and he can beat me up,
True.
and that's what would annoy me. It's like, why are you so nice, dude? Why do you have, like Angus said, probably a more stable job than me? And then it would piss me off, and then he'd beat me up. So
you'll end up wanting to fight him. And then it's
It's
just
out of pure
problematic.
jealousy. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
fair enough. I think he's just a nice guy, and he'll be very respectful.
True.
So, last one we've got, JDM, Jack Della Maddalena. Guys, it's tough because my bias. He's an Aussie lad. I love him. I want to allow it, but he's evil. He has nunchucks in
Yeah.
his back pocket.
We've already established he's
We've
pretty
established he's evil.
evil. In a good way, but maybe not in a date your daughter kind of way.
Is it a
Yeah.
no?
I feel like you'd come home, he'd be smoking cones.
Oh, he's
Like,
so
Jack would be
be
like-
on.
Did you go to work today? Nah,
Nah.
couldn't be bothered. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
John,
know.
why do I
need
feel
to-
like
need
you'll
to,
have some reason to allow it?
I need to hear more from him because he's like it seems like he's barely talked, but when he has, it's the funniest shit ever. He's hilarious, and he seems to attack people for no reason, and it's very funny. Like out of all the people he could have targeted recently, it's been Ian, Gary, and DC. Those are the two guys he really doesn't like. So, I don't know. He's a very funny guy. If I'm not the target, then yeah, I'll allow it. But if he started bullying me, I wouldn't like it very much.
You know what? My final take on it is if he can beat Islam Makhachev, he can date my daughter.
Yeah, fully. Yeah,
I feel like he'd be quite respectful because he seems quite soft spoken.
But he's definitely.
But he might like talk on the side. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, to be fair, he did call out DC pretty heavy, so I guess he stands on business.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right, that's the end of that. Next thing we're gonna do. UFC overrated or underrated? Are these fighters overrated or underrated? Yeah. First one, Paddy Pimblett. And a note for this, we can't say in the middle. It has to be either overrated or underrated.
But what if they're not?
That's the thing. We have to... Which side of the scale do they tip more to?
I want to go as of now, overrated. He's so highly rated, and his last win was Michael Chandler. So he's obviously really good, and I think he has potential to be champ. But again, yeah, his highest level win is Chandler still at this point. So yeah, overrated.
Yeah, look, I feel like he is pretty fairly rated in the sense that people are throwing respect on his name because he's beat some dudes, but people also, no one thinks he's gonna go and beat Ilya or be a contender there. But if I had to say, I would say more overrated. I think he's been boosted really high in title conversation from beating King Green and Michael Chandler.
I used to really think he was overrated, but his last few fights have really impressed me. Not just not necessarily the level of competition, but the way that he's doing it. I mean, the Bobby Green submission, that was really slick jiu-jitsu. Really slick. And the Michael Chandler fight, his ground and pound looked really good. So I'll go slightly underrated. I don't know. I don't think he beats Ilya, but I think he is still really good.
Fair. I don't agree, but I'm going to stick with it. Slightly overrated? Sure. Next one, Nate Diaz. John, I'm going to let you take off with this. For your mans.
Yeah, a bit of bias here. I don't know. This is kind of my boy. I can see either way. I'm gonna go. Okay, as of right now, I think back in the day he was underrated. As of right now, he's overrated. I think. He still talks about fighting UFC level and stuff, but it's like, please don't.
Can you imagine?
I think he would be. It's good for him to retire now, and just make TV shows with John Jones, bro. Don't come back to the UFC. But I think during his career, I think he's underrated. As of now, I know people still talk about him as, he only ever lost because time ran out and stuff. But if he got into the UFC now, he'd get KO'd pretty easy, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think before he fought Conor the first time, he was probably underrated. I don't think people were rating him that highly. But after he fought Conor, I think he got rated so highly off that he's probably become a bit overrated. Only because we have to pick one or the other, really. It's tough, but slightly overrated, I guess.
Yeah.
From the Conor hype. What are you saying, Angus?
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I mean, the Conor win, from memory, that first Conor fight was short notice because Conor was preparing for Aldo, wasn't he? So he was preparing for a 145 title fight and he ended up fighting at 170. Was that, I can't remember if it was from memory, it was short notice. There was a reason that fight got made at 170. I can't remember the exact reason, but that wasn't meant to happen. Conor was not on the trajectory to fight Nate Diaz at 170. But Nate's had a lot of really good wins, like, over the years. I mean, he beat Cerrone, back when Cerrone was winning. He's legit, but he's not, the fact that he's fighting for the BMF belt in 2019 after he's had 1 win in the last 3 years or whatever was a little bit funny. Like, I get it, but Masvidal was definitely the better fighter at that point.
Yeah.
And the Leon Edwards fight was hilarious. The thing with Nate is they just kept putting him into, like, number one contender fights for no reason. He fought Leon Edwards, and then he was meant to fight Khamzat. Do you remember that? Imagine if he fought Khamzat in his last fight in his career. What is that? What are we doing?
That is one of the best.
That would have just been
the
closest thing to assault that you can get in MMA.
And one of the best press conference.
Just because he's got the name. Oh, true.
One of the best press conference moments. Have you seen when Khamzat pulled out and Nate Diaz at the conference?
I don't remember what he said, but I remember some antics.
Yeah. Something along the lines of "This is America, motherfucker," and then he did his flex and walked out.
Thanks, Nate. Cheers, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, that's amazing. All right, next one, Aljamain Sterling.
Well, he's not rated at all, but somehow he's still overrated.
Is he? I almost want to say underrated at this point, just for the fact that people forgot. I feel like people have forgotten that he exists. Like, he hasn't fought all that much. Yeah.
Well, yes, I agree. He's not rated at all. But his title wins, he had 2 split decisions, and he beat up a TJ Dillashaw with 1 arm.
Mm. And the Yarn
and then he got
win
starched
as well
by O'Malley.
Was,
Yeah, and the way... Look,
DQ.
He is good, but... Yeah, I don't know.
John, what do you
Not the best bantamweight... Okay, no, actually, sorry. People were saying he's the best bantamweight of all time when he was winning. They're like, one more title fight, he's the best bantamweight of all time. That's ridiculous.
Who do you reckon it was before him? Like, before Merab now?
Well, I still think you've got a good argument for Cruz. I always say Dillashaw, but no one agrees with me, and that's fine. Because I think Dillashaw beat Cruz. But anyway.
That's your man.
Cruz, yeah. Dillashaw's up there, and Merab is obviously up there.
Yeah.
All 3 of those guys I put over Sterling.
Yeah, fair.
Even Cejudo, dude. I know Cejudo lost to Sterling, but that was when he was old.
Yeah.
Cejudo was really good.
Next one. Leon Edwards.
Well, people really don't like him now. So maybe, but
yeah,
probably not. He's probably a bit overrated. But he's not rated at all.
He's not rated.
So he's adequately rated.
I feel like he is very adequately rated, but the fact that he is so not rated, yet he was a champion with a title defense.
2
titles, yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like, so I'm going to lean more towards the underrated side, I guess. What are you saying?
He was, and then he was overrated, and now he's kind of like normal rated, I think.
He was definitely overrated post Usman.
Yeah, I lean slight underrated because people forget that he won again after the head kick to Usman. I saw someone like yesterday talk about how it was a fluke. A lot of people say that, fair enough. But then, the person who was saying it was a fluke also said, they need the Usman rematch. And then people were like, bro, they did that. And he won he won by decision.
3 times,
yeah.
my guy.
Yeah. I'll lean... this is the first one I think it kind of speaks for itself. But if I had to go one way, slightly underrated, I think. Just the defenses and stuff. We don't see much of that anymore. Champions who actually defend.
I back that in.
Yeah.
This next one is just for you, John. Next one, Magomed Ankalaev. John, what do you think?
Yep. Yeah, overrated. I don't know. He does not. It just doesn't impress me at all. I don't know if he was this elite striker and stuff that people talk about. I don't know. I expected a better performance against Pereira then, because Pereira is obviously unbelievable, but people hype this guy up to be even crazier. And he did win against Pereira, but it just wasn't impressive. It was a decision win, but yeah, wasn't dominant.
He rocked Pereira pretty hard in that first or second round. If the cage wasn't there, he might have dropped him. I think he's definitely underrated.
He's underrated, 100%.
Like,
Really?
he is very good.
I think he's underrated because he's boring personality. I think I think he's under. People don't appreciate that he's actually really good because he beat everyone's favorite, a lot of people's favorite fighter, and he doesn't have that much personality to at least English speakers. So people don't really rate him, but he's actually really damn good. You know, he's rematching Pereira. He probably wins again. I don't know who in the division, who's in light heavyweight that who will fight next. Do you guys think anyone's beating him soon?
What's the winner of Jiri and Roundtree, right? I feel like
Roundtree.
After whoever wins between him and Pereira.
What's Rakic doing nowadays, though? Is he meant to be fighting soon?
I don't know. Ankalaev is definitely beatable, 100%. But yeah, like he is very good.
Oh my god, I forgot Rakic already fought Ankalaev. Damn.
Oh.
I did not remember that fight at all. Well, there you go. He is clearly underrated. I forgot that he beat Rakic, so...
Bang. There you go.
He's very good.
Next one. Khamzat Chimaev. Is he overrated or underrated? This is a really topical time for this.
He can't be overrated.
No.
We've just said no one in the division beats him.
Yeah.
He can't be.
Yeah.
He's so rated, though. But you know what? Actually, he has to be underrated because people are saying... I think, again, he's getting the same tax Ankalaev is getting of the boring tax. So people are just being like, fuck this guy. But he's damn unstoppable. You know, like only Gilbert Burns and Carnave Usman made him look that beatable. But he's looks like he's grown as a fighter since then as well. So I guess underrated.
And his hand was broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he is underrated. But if I have to pick one, I'm going underrated.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, underrated.
Yeah.
Underrated, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, I'm not just a Russian hater, okay? It's just Ankalaev specifically.
People are always going to think you hate.
Yeah. Roy racist, yeah.
And that's all
Does
for that
Chechnya
one.
count? Chechnya counts.
Chechnya is
Russia,
in Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a province, right?
I believe so. And last thing we're going to do, UFC keep for cut for. Blind rank these UFC fighters into either keep or cut. And this is for their all-time career, not current career. First fighter, Israel Adesanya.
Jamie mentioned it's themed as well. So
Yeah. I've got two themes in mind here. But I'm going to go... Personally, I'm going to keep... Personally. Yeah. He's just... That Pereira win still... Like, I can't not think about that anytime his name's brought up. I know he's 0-3 at the moment. But, man... Generational.
Mm-hmm. So what are you saying?
I'm saying keep.
Angus?
yeah, I agree with that. You can make an argument that maybe the division was a bit weaker when he was the champion, but I still think all-time career, we're going to keep him.
Yeah.
Sure.
Seeing as we don't know who's coming up next.
Yeah. True.
Bang. Next one. Khamzat Chimaev.
Or you got to keep him, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
You can't cut him.
Yeah.
So now we might have painted ourselves into a box.
Yeah.
It's middleweights. The theme's going to be middleweights.
Yeah.
And so far, those are 2 middleweights that I'm happy to keep. Off the top
Fought
of my
Rob
head.
Whittaker.
All right. Next one, Paulo Costa.
We're gonna
I'd
have
say
to
we're going
cut.
to cut Paulo Costa.
Yeah. I think he's
And I can
underrated
tell
still.
Fair. I can tell this is going to be really mean because you're going to put Rob up there, like last or something, and you're going to make me cut Rob. You spelled Polo wrong.
Thank you. How do I spell it?
Paulo.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
right.
That you are right. Yeah. Okay.
I ain't cutting Rob Whittaker. I'll tell you that for free. Ain't
see,
gonna
man.
happen.
Next one, Anderson Silva.
Oh. We're talking about right now.
I think we got to keep Anderson Silva.
The
So-
division goat.
It's not ridiculous to say that. He's,
Is that a keep, John?
Keep then. You got it.
You guys are crazy if you don't keep him.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Next one, Michael Bisping.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cut from me.
Did you guys hear the story about how a serial killer tried to kill him?
No.
If you haven't seen that, you should Google it. Someone broke into his house, started putting petrol everywhere, setting it on fire, cut the electricity to his house. Google it. It's crazy. He was nearly the victim of a serial killer. Yeah.
What?
Damn.
Now, unfortunately, he is getting cut, but
Yeah.
I still like Michael Bisping.
Next one, Sean Strickland.
We're cutting, bruh.
I think we're going to cut Sean Strickland, yeah. Now, people are going to freak out because Izzy's kept, but sorry.
Holistic career, that's not crazy
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
People will freak out.
And he also did beat Mamov, and that win looks like it could be aging quite well.
Yeah.
Coming off the couch, too. But, yeah, there's an argument there, but I still would probably keep Izzy over Strickland.
Next one, Rainier DeRitter.
Now, I'm doing a bit of metagaming here. You can't do this list without having Rob Whittaker, which means Rob Whittaker's going to be up last, which means that if I put DeRitter in cut and I put Rob in keep, then, well, they just fought 2 weeks ago, and we saw how that went. But
Whole career.
this is Rob at the end of his career, and DeRitter was not going 10 rounds with Prime Romero. We're cutting DeRitter, and we're keeping Robert Whittaker.
I agree.
John?
I agree. Fully agree,
With it.
100%. With the metagaming as well.
And your last fighter is Michael Venom Page, MVP.
Oh, bugger. We've made a terrible, terrible mistake. Okay.
Oh, boy.
So the metagaming didn't work.
We
Yeah, who
got
we swapping
three
out
of-
then?
You got 3 of the keeps right.
Yeah.
Probably
Who we swapping then?
Strickland or...
He's probably the worst one on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in terms of career. I
You
mean,
could say
90%
Costa.
of it was in Bellator.
You could compare
But
it to
even
Costa.
then, no.
But otherwise, yeah. Are you taking Strickland or Bisping instead?
I'm getting Strickland.
Over MVP?
Yeah.
Oof. You could say both.
But
Like,
you're
Bisping
keeping
was
you're
a
keeping the
champion.
top 3 keeps there.
Yeah, I'm
right?
keeping the top 3.
Yeah.
I'm taking DeRitter over MVP, I think.
But
Or
surely
maybe Strickland. Yeah, I don't know. You're right.
I'm taking
We've
Strickland.
got to
Yeah.
see how that fight goes, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Well, with that being said, that is the end of Tap Out Time and the end of our episode. Thank you again for tuning in, and you will next be hearing from us this weekend following Fight Night. So get keen.
I'm so keen, Jamie.
Yes. We'll see you then.
Peace.